Hi everyone! Welcome to Linda's Thrifty Life and welcome to Smile Saturday. I hope you've had a good week. I have had a busy week, but I am glad to be here on this Saturday. It's lovely outside, not too hot. Might get hotter over the weekend though. But I am here to share with you another episode of my trip to Paris. Last Saturday, I shared with you how Ashley, my daughter, gifted me a trip to Paris. So we will take up from there. I spent about a month taking care of my mom in Texas and got home. Lots of discussions about what I wanted to do, making plans. It ended up that we decided for a lot of different reasons that I would go in the following September. So it would give me a good year to plan the trip, make sure that I had all my ducks in a row, so to speak, and really could take my time deciding what I wanted to do. Ashley had offered me a tour or, more than one country or whatever I wanted to do. And I said, no, I just want to go to Paris. So I had several friends that had been to Paris before, and I asked them for some advice. And I got lots of interesting ideas from them. They shared their experiences with me. One who had just been sent me a huge packet of all these brochures and different things. One of the things I decided to do was to stay in an apartment and not a hotel for a couple of reasons. I kind of wanted that experience, plus it would have a little kitchen and I could probably just eat one meal out because I wanted to eat out, but I also wanted to do this, I wanted more money to do things instead of just eat, if that makes sense. But anyway, also just, it had a little washing machine. Anyway, I just thought it was a better experience for me. So there's a couple of different companies that my friends hooked me up with but for me to explore, and I found some really cute places, and the rates were very reasonable, a little bit, tiny bit higher than a hotel, but then you have the kitchen. So in the end, I definitely felt like I saved money. So I was going to go to Paris by myself. But my cousin, who's a few years older than me, her name's Joletta, she decided, she wanted to go if I would let her. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll be fine. Now we're different. And so, we each would kind of do our own thing, but we would stay together and we would enjoy some things together. So that was perfect for me. We had a lot of fun planning it. I did all the planning, and she was just like, you let me know, I'll be there. So she had a health scare during the year, and so we weren't really sure she was going to get to go. She had had some heart issues and had ended up in the hospital, and she ended up on a heart monitor for a long time. But they did figure it out, and her doctor did give her the okay to go to Paris. So I rented a little, they called it a one bedroom, but it really was like a big a big studio, kind of a half wall between the bedroom, and the couch was a pull out, so my cousin could stay there. And I rented it, and it was on the Rue Saint Dominique. I wanted to be near the Eiffel Tower because truly that was like, I don't know, it just symbolizes Paris to me, as it does to a lot of people. So this was right down the street from the Eiffel Tower. If we leaned out on our balcony, I could see a little bit of the Eiffel Tower, which was, to me, amazing. It wasn't the most, there were some really beautiful, expensive places. This was very plain. It didn't have great charm or anything, but it was on a great little street, and I was perfectly happy to stay there. And there was a little grocery store right there, so I could pick up groceries. There was a couple of bakeries. It was just perfect. So we decided to that, and then Ashley was getting my tickets, my flight, with using her Skype miles, and she had a lot from just lots of travel she had been doing for Google, and so she called me up and said, "Well, Mom, you can either fly directly from Atlanta to Paris, or you could fly to New York, and you could oh no, was it Newark? I forget where I was going. You could fly to New York and catch a flight there to Paris, and it would save like $300 and something dollars, and you can have that as spending money." Well, bargain hunting Linda, I was like, yeah, that's fine, that's perfect. So I told my cousin the dates of the flights. So she was going to fly from Houston directly to New York, and we were going to meet there and then catch our flight to Paris together. So a few days before the time finally came, Ashley flew from California to be here. She said, "I am not missing putting my mama on a plane to Paris." And it was so exciting. I think she was almost as excited as I was. She just, her happiness and joy for me, amazingly touching to me, just meant everything. So she brought me some more surprises. The girl loves a surprise. She had brought me some euros. So I had money to spend right away. I didn't have to worry about that first day of getting money and conversions. We had rented a car to pick us up. Instead of trying to communicate, we had a driver picking us up at the airport, coming with their little sign. I'd always wanted to do that. And it will turn out that I am extremely glad we planned that. I had planned my wardrobe. I had everything packed. I mean, I was ready. I had my passport. I already had my passport because I had gotten it when I went to Montreal. But look at this. Talk about short hair. And it has my my Paris stamps in it. I had to get a new one because that one expired, but they do give them back to you, thank goodness. So anyway, Ashley came. We had a big family dinner. She gave me the euros, and then she handed me this really, really pretty little locket, and it's got like a mother and child on it. And she cut a little snip of her hair and put it in there and gave it to me and said, "This way I can go to Paris with you." Well, I boo-hooed, she's so sweet. She has her sentimental side like her mama. So I was ready to go, and she put me on the plane. We just were so excited. There's a picture of me that she took boarding, getting ready to go. I'll show it to you. There we go. There I am. Heading, so, sure, I was going to New York first, she said, but I was still going to Paris. So we had a great, that was just so special, and I was so glad she was there to see me off. So I flew to New York, and I met my cousin, and we boarded our flight. Oh, it's a long flight. It was all night, it's just, you get there in the morning and you get to Paris. I had hoped I would sleep. I did not. I had a seatmate that was all elbows and knees, and oh my gosh, she was horrible. She would just keep taking up my space. And I I was like, whoa. But anyway, I was excited. So we got there, and we're way out on the tarmac. They load us on this on this little tram thing and take us in, and we wait for our luggage. And I wait, and I wait, and I wait, and my luggage doesn't come. My cousin got hers, but mine didn't come. So we went to, the airline baggage area and filed a claim. I told them where I was staying and everything. And this is where having our little driver pick us up was great, because he was still there and he was able to help me when I was telling him what was going on. And anyway, so they were looking. My bag had never left New York, and in fact it had left New York, but it went back to Atlanta. Like, what? So anyway, they were going to get it on a plane, and hopefully I would get it the next day. So meanwhile, the driver took us to the apartment. We got to see all sorts of Paris. We got to see the Arc de Triomphe. There was the Eiffel Tower. There was this. I was like, yeah! I was so excited. I was just like, and I was, my adrenaline, because I'd had no sleep, was just sky high. So my cousin was excited too, but, I was just beside myself. So we got there, the rental agent met us, and we checked into, we got into our little, our apartment, and it was just charming. It was perfect, just what we needed. They tell you do not go to sleep when you first arrive if you've flown all night, because you'll just never get back on track. But my cousin and I looked at each other, and it was like, there's no way we can move without taking a nap. And so we both did. We laid down on the beds, and we both took a couple of hour nap, and it was like, okay. So I checked with the airlines again, and they confirmed that they had contacted the flight and found out where my luggage was, and it was going to be coming. They had told me that at the airport, but then they confirmed that it would be coming the next day. So luckily, because of also very good advice that I'd been given, I had on my carry-on, I had all of my meds, of course, which I always do, in my electronics. I always carry those on. But I had brought a change of clothes just in case. And I am so glad I did, underwear. A complete change of clothes. So, really good. So, we got there that afternoon, and after our little exhausted nap, we decided to take a walk, our first walk in Paris. And we're just walking around. And this is a picture I took for on my blog that I said, my first day in Paris. It was amazing. The Eiffel Tower was right down the street. That was the view from the street, the Rue Saint-Dominique that we stayed on. It was amazing. So we took this great walk. We had dinner, and we drank wine, and we went back. We stopped at the grocery that was right by us and bought some juice and different things. And that was my first day in Paris. So this is already 13 minutes, so I'm gonna stop there. I told you this was a saga. I'm a storyteller. So, and this one is one of my favorites to share. So next week I will talk to you about getting my luggage and then start hitting some of the highlights of my trip to Paris. We were staying for 12 days. And it was truly one of the most amazing times of my life. And Ashley went with me. So thank you all so much. It's just a joy for me to think about it. And it was exactly 7 years today, September 5th, that I landed in Paris and had my first day in Paris, France. So this is a good time to be sharing all these memories. So I will talk to you soon. I hope you have a great day. Tomorrow I'll be back with my video sharing my fall collaboration with Brian and Alicia's Crafty Hoplop. And I hope to see you then. So bye now.